if you watch as he goes in the end zone there, he lands right on his right shoulder. And that shoulder bothered him this week in practice. In fact, on Wednesday, Ray Hanley said that this week he gave Phil Simms more practice time on Friday than he has all year.
So those are two situations we'll be watching very carefully. And that one, Lawrence Taylor, a bit under fire from his teammates and some of the fans because of his remarks after the Giants lost to Philadelphia. Temperature 46 degrees. The wind for this time of year in the Meadowlands, not very strong. Clear and windy, the forecast. But right now, the weather is just about perfect. Those flags up on top of the stadium. Barr will be kicking off in the direction of Alexander Wright, number 81, and Ken Gant, number 29.
Now you talk about the wind up on top of the stadium, and then you just see the ball go off the tee. So there's wind everywhere in this field today.
That's when playing here can become very valuable and very much a factor. Barr's kickoff, short. It's going to be Alexander out of the pack, and Barr makes the stop. A 28-yard return, and he really shot out of there. If Barr misses, he's gone. Aikman will open at quarterback. That year. A good but rather strange offensive line, strange by name only. Tuine, Gogan, Stepnoski, Kiesick, and Williams starting in place of Nate Newton. Sitting in front of him. Two tight ends set up for Dallas. Novacek comes in motion. The handoff is to Darrell Johnston. Not much there. Let's look at the Giant defensive unit. Dorsey, Washington, and Marshall in front. The linebackers, Banks, Reasons, Pepper Johnson, and Lawrence Taylor. In the secondary, Collins and Walls, the ex-Cowboy on the corner, the two safeties.
You know, when a kicker kicks one short like that in the opening kickoff, he has to do that. That was part of the thing. That wasn't a good kick by Barr, and that's what'll make tacklers out of kicking.
And in motion, this is Smith. Hit behind the line by Reason. It'll be a situation that nobody likes. Third and long.
Yeah, the Giants are playing that I think they haven't done all year, and they have to do it. They have to attack. I think they've been sitting on defense and waiting for things to happen too much. I think they've been sitting on offense and waiting for it to happen. And this is all Giants in there.
That's an attack.
That's right. The ball goes, boom, you all get to the ball.
Third and about 9 at the 40. Opening drive by the Cowboys. Throw it. Has some time. Misses Novacek. Incomplete. They'll have to punt. So far, the fans love it. The blocker. Both the Dallas safeties are also physically impaired. Swings it out to Hampton. First down, Giants at the 41. Stopped by Pruitt and Del Rio. 8-yard gain.
This is what the Giants have to do. They have to have good mixture. They have to have good protection. They start off here. Hostetler has good protection, just throws the ball out there to Hampton, and he gets a first down. You know, as you were going over that Cowboy defense, that is not one of the strengths of the Cowboys, and especially that secondary. So if you were ever a passer and wanted to pass, this is a great defense to throw against.
Hostetler's 1 for 1. Hampton is hit by Del Rio. He might have gotten 2 yards. Sort of a strange position, although Del Rio knows it. For most of his career, he was an outside linebacker.
Yeah, and then they got rid of Eugene Lockhart. They told Del Rio that he was going to play inside linebacker. They told him in May he'd always been an outside linebacker, although he was a backup middle linebacker. And he said he likes it a lot better in there because he's right in the middle of the action.
A few things he still has yet to figure out, he said, where they're coming from. But he does like it. And he's done a good job. Second and 8. Hostetler gets it out to Ingram. Another first down. Out of bounds at the Dallas 45. Good throw.
This is something they can do all day, Pat. Watch number 29. That's Kenneth Gant. He's way too off. they could throw an out in front of them all day. Then the other thing, of course, to throw that out, they have to have this kind of pass protection. The Cowboys, not only do they not have good pass defense, but they don't have good pass rushers, so they can be in a bind if you throw the ball.
That's a pretty tough situation. 1st and 10, Giants. Ingram in motion. Cowboys showed blitz and then backed off. And outside it comes to Hampton. He's tripped up by Ken Norton. He lost about 2 or 3 perhaps.
Yeah, you look at that Cowboy defense, and Larry Brown on the right side, number 24, he's a rookie cornerback. In fact, he was the 12th round pick.
The blocker. Both the Dallas safeties are also physically impaired. Swings it out to Hampton. 1st down, Giants at the 41. Stopped by Pruitt and Del Rio. 8-yard gain.
This is what the Giants have to do. They have to have good mixture. They have to have good protection. They start off here. Hostetler has good protection, just throws the ball out there to Hampton, and he gets a 1st down. You know, as you were going over that Cowboy defense, that is not one of the strengths of the Cowboys, and especially that secondary. So if you were ever a passer and wanted to pass, this is a great defense to throw against.
Hostetler's 1 for 1. Hampton is hit by Del Rio. He might have gotten 2 yards. Sort of a strange position, although Del Rio knows it. For most of his career, he was an outside linebacker.
Yeah, and then they got rid of Eugene Lockhart. They told Del Rio that he was going to play inside linebacker. They told him in May he'd always been an outside linebacker, although he was a backup middle linebacker. And he said he likes it a lot better in there because he's right in the middle of the action.
A few things he still has yet to figure out, he said, where they're coming from. But he does like it. And he's done a good job. 2nd and 8. Hostetler gets it out to Ingram. Another 1st down. Out of bounds at the Dallas 45. Good throw.
This is something they can do all day, Pat. Watch number 29. That's Kenneth Gant. He's way too off. He's too far off. And they can throw an out in front of him all day. Then the other thing, of course, to throw that out, they have to have this kind of pass protection. The Cowboys, not only do they not have good pass defense, but they don't have good pass rushers, so they can be in a bind if you throw the ball.
That's a pretty tough situation. 1st and 10, Giants. Ingram in motion. Cowboys showed blitz and then backed off. And outside it comes to Hampton. He's tripped up by Ken Norton. He lost about 2 or 3 perhaps.
Yeah, you look at that Cowboy defense, and Larry Brown on the right side, number 24, he's a rookie cornerback. In fact, he was the 12th round pick of the Cowboys. Then on the other side, you have Kenneth Gant. He was a 9th round pick a year ago. So I think that these guys may be good players in the future, but the thing that the Cowboys needs is a secondary, and that's where I would go to work. I would throw the ball down the field all day.
Isaac Hope, who they think is their best defensive back, is out. Hampton cut down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard. Tony Tolbert made the stop with Pruitt.
If you look at the problems the Giants had, I think it's right in this area. They've been in 3rd down situations 128 times. 80 of those times, they've been 5 or more yards, and they've only completed 34%. They've only gotten 1st down 34% of the time.
And don't you think if you're really looking for a difference between this year's team and last year's team, that would be one of the significant differences?
Yeah, because the same group that isn't getting the 3rd downs is the group that's putting you in too many 3rd and longs like this.
Ingram again in motion. Hostetler with good protection. Down the middle of the field, complete to Baker. Enough for another Giant 1st down. 3 in a row. Stopped by Gant.
And again, I think they can do this all day on Gant. You see how far off he is, Pat? He's like 10 or 12 yards off. And then by the time you make your break, he's still 5 yards off. You catch the ball, he's 3 yards off. And again, you keep getting this good protection. Watch Jumbo Elliott down here on the side. Riesenberg up on top. They're giving Hostetler where he can just step up, boom, follow through, and throw the ball.
Hostetler 4 out of 4. He gives again to Hampton. To the Dallas secondary, down almost to the 20. Ray Horton, the safety man, made the stop.
I think if I were the Giants, I'd probably just throw the ball all day to Stephen Baker, Mark Ingram, maybe bring in Odessa Turner, and then just do enough of this running to keep your offensive linemen happy. Offensive linemen don't like to always drop back in pass protection all the time. They like to, boom, fire out and take on something once in a while.
The Giants go with 2 tight ends, and Maurice Carthon is the outside man. Now he comes in motion. The 2 tight ends are on the right. Hampton hit behind the line by Jeffcoat first, and then James Washington.
See, anytime you're running too much when you see that safety up in there. You see the guy, James Washington, number 37, makes that tackle. Now he's getting too tight. You see him up there, he's up in there right now. He's right in here, and that's too tight. So that means that they got 8 men up there. So when you see this, and this guy is making the tackle here, you know that you only have 3 guys deep, and you ought to be throwing.
Jimmy Johnson, very concerned when we talked to him last night about the physical situation of his team, particularly on defense. 3rd and 2. The give is to Hampton. He's close. Washington and Benson Smith.
You can look, Pat, I think they're going to be short. They had to get to that line where the official's foot is. Now, a year ago, you know Bill Parcells would have gone for it. That was one of Bill Parcells' things, go for it on 4th down. I think in this situation against this defense, I think Ray Hanley has to go for it, too. I would not kick a field goal here.
I don't think there's much doubt about it here. He's going. Bob Cratch into the lineup.
Cratch comes in at guard, and then they move William Roberts out as a tight end down here in the bottom, number 66.
And that's usually the way they run. Here comes Moat in motion. The first down. Hampton over the top. Airborne for 3. And they'll move the chain.
And this is what we were talking about when we were talking about attacking, and I think thus far the Giants have done it.
We welcome those of you who watched Chicago and Indianapolis, where the final score was the Bears 31, Indianapolis 17 here at the Giants Stadium. No scores yet, but the Giants on the move. Pat Summerall with John Madden, the Hostetler back to throw. Incomplete. A flag on the play. Mark Ingram was the intended receiver. Larry Brown is the man who batted it down, but the penalty is going to be against Brown and the Cowboys.
Tell you one thing about Larry Brown, he was a 12th round draft choice, but this kid has a lot of confidence.
Illegal use of hands, number 76 offense, jam to the face, pass interference, number 24 defense.
2 penalties.
One of these offsets, repeat first down.
The Giant penalty was against Jumbo Elliott.
And Jumbo Elliott's here, he's still arguing with the official. He's saying that he didn't do it. He's saying that the guy rammed his arm up in that position. And that happens sometimes. The offensive lineman puts his hands up, and the defender pushes his arm up. And that was what Jumbo was saying. He was saying he got underneath my arm.
So we're back to first down again after all that. The handoff is to Hampton, and he's got some room. Down inside the 10, not a first down, but a pickup of 9. Norton made the stop. The Giants have had the ball over 7 minutes now. This is what they did so effectively last year and the previous year.
And I think when you talk about Giant football, this is what you're talking about. You start off with good, strong defense, you know, 3 in and punt. Then you get the offense, they get the ball, good mixture, keep the ball for a long time. But they have to still put the period at the end of the sentence with a touchdown here.
2nd and 1. Odessa Turner into the game, but they give it again to Hampton. Hit in the backfield, but he fights. Not enough quite for the first down. They're seeking.
Jack Del Rio is one of those tough guys that likes the action in the middle. He said he hated last week's game against Houston because they were a run and shoot team. He said he loves to play the Giants because they just line up there and play power football and try and run it at you. And he said if they do that, then that's my type of football.
3rd and 2. The ball right at the 10. They need to get to the 8. Hampton and Carthon, and Hampton goes in motion. Stedler will come back and throw it. And he might take off with it. And out of the end zone, and now with 2 yards to go, we'll see Barr. Hampton was the intended receiver. Tolbert put a little bit of pressure on Hostetler.
That was the thing. You see, I don't know that you have to not be able to stand up and throw. See, no one got open here because that was good protection. See, when he starts to move out there, Riesenberg is blocking, but he doesn't know where he is. I think he has to stay in the pocket longer, or the receivers have to get open.
Hostetler will hold. Barr from 28 yards. It's 3-0 Giants. We welcome those of you who watched Minnesota and Green Bay, where the final score was Minnesota 35. They keep their playoff hopes alive. Green Bay 21. Here at Giant Stadium, the score is 3-0 Giants. That's 3, Dallas nothing. 4:15 left in the first quarter. That scoring drive by the Giants. They kept the ball almost 9 minutes and ran 15 plays.
Let's just stay right here.
Is that in the parking lot, or is that everywhere? The moon's out early. It's going to be Alexander Wright again. It was almost Gant, and then Wright took the hop. Jared Bunch made the stop. Back at Giant Stadium, Pat Summerall, John Madden. Watch this. You want to return kickoffs? Watch what happens.
Here comes Adrian White. Doink.
And he walked off.
Adrian White says, I was just making sure he was down.
Johnston was the man in motion. Aikman. Nowhere to go. Finally gets it out to Emmitt Smith, who can't hang on.
He called it a fumble.
We got to have another look at that one.
Oh, that one has to be an instant replay. First of all, we're going to watch it here. Now he's going to throw it out to his left. To Emmitt Smith, number 22, right there. Now, did Smith have control of it? He had to catch a ball and have control of it.
Leading pass, fumble, recovery by the Giants.
I don't know. That's very close. I would think that he looked like he did have control of it.
The only thing I can think of is it could have been a lateral. But no, I don't think so. No.
No, it's a forward pass. He has it in his hands, and as he went to put it away against his stomach, the ball came out. Now, the one official that was down there ruled it as a fumble. I don't know what the other official on the field did.
Gordon McCarter. He's going to tell us something. I know he is.
I think he's just waiting. The instant replay director in the booth is Fritz Graff. Like I saw him before the game. He was the one that was there Monday night. I don't know. Would you give that a catch if there were no, if they didn't have it? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
That really is a tough one.
He didn't take 2 steps, I know, when he had control.
And he never really got the ball up against him. I mean, it fumbled from the time the ball was out in front in his hands until it came to his body. It's easy to watch him in slow motion.
Oh, sure.
This is in normal speed now, so this is what
After
they're dealing
review,
with.
the play stands as ruled. Recovery of the Giants. First down.
Well, there's a guy who can't believe it. In fact, there's another who can't believe it.
And of course, he remembers what happened last week. They were trying to get in position for a field goal to beat the Houston Oilers, and Emmitt Smith fumbled that one, and they lost the game.
It's 1st and 10 Giants at the Dallas 23. Hampton is down to the 21. A gain of maybe 2. Jack Del Rio again with an assist from Mickey Pruitt.
Hey, this Giant defense is turning things around. Look, a year ago, after 10 games at this point, in that takeaway giveaway, they were plus 15. This year, coming into today's game, they're -1. So that type of thing that they just got there is what they've been missing this season.
It brings up a 2nd and 9 at the Dallas 21. They lead 3-0. Ingram in motion. They show us a blitz. Hostetler's down. And up. The ball was loose. A flag on the play as well. Pruitt made the recovery. Jeffcoat made the hit, and they're still not sure.
I don't know. Pruitt had it, and one of the Giants took it away from him down in the bottom of the pile, and the officials haven't ruled yet.
The penalty is going to be called, if there is one, against the face mask against Dallas. This whole series has been disaster for the Cowboys.
I'll tell you, they played pretty well on that play. I mean, Jeffcoat got in there, you saw in that rush, and he knocked the ball out of Hostetler's hand. That was a good pass rush by Jim Jeffcoat.
That's an element they've been missing.
Incidental face mask by number 75 defense before the quarterback fumble. The penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. We bring the ball back to the line of scrimmage. It will be repeat 2nd down.
Jimmy Johnson out on the field, off with the headset, is furious.
He never did say who recovered the fumble. See, that's what I think he's asking, and I don't know that either. If he recovered the fumble, then what he's saying, it ought to be his ball. See, Jim Jeffcoat is number 77. He's right down here at the bottom of the screen, 77. He's going to come in right now, see it hit the ball and knock it out. So now, and then it looked like 52 Pruitt was on the ball. I would have said that should have been the Cowboys' ball right there.
I've known Jimmy Johnson a long time and never have seen him this upset.
Well, he's gotten it a couple times, that Emmitt Smith thing, and then right here they never ruled who had the ball.
And they haven't ruled any penalty yet. 2nd and 9. Hampton down at about the 20 by Tony Tolbert.
You know, the funny thing is,
They never did assess a penalty.
no, they didn't mark the penalty. They just ignored that whole play like it didn't happen. I mean, Jimmy Johnson has a complaint. You have to do something. They ignored it. They said like it didn't happen. There was no penalty. Nothing was marked off, and there was no exchange of the ball, and the ball didn't change spots.
He was so upset his hair was messed up. You don't see that very often.
Darn near blew his hair right off his head.
3rd and 7. Hostetler. Complete, intended for Megan.
haven't been very good. It doesn't look like he has all his power back. This will be interesting to see if he can hit a field goal from here.
It's going to be about 38, 37 perhaps. Hostetler holding. That one is plenty far enough. That one he hit in the sweet spot. And I'll be at RFK Stadium next Sunday for the Cowboys and the Redskins. Perhaps the most storied rivalry in recent NFL history, featuring moments that will remain etched in our collective memory for years and years. Next week, another chapter gets written. It'll be the Cowboys and the Redskins next Sunday here on CBS. 6-0 at the Meadowlands. The Giants lead the Cowboys. 2:15 left to play in the first quarter. Another short kickoff. Alexander Wright. A return out to about the 32. Stopped by Bobby Abram.
There's Bill Bates, number 40. He's right in the middle of it. There's contact. He'll be in the middle of most of it, number 40.
I wonder how many kickoffs number 40's been down under in his career.
All of them. Yeah, he was the first guy that they ever put in the Pro Bowl as a special teams guy.
You put him in.
You know, they used to have those teams. They never had the special teams guy. Let's look at that play that the fumble was on. We're going to see Casillas is going to be the first guy right there. And they're going to say that that's the face mask there. Okay, so now, after this, now nothing happens. So now the penalty, the Giants are going to get the ball back anyway, but they never did mark off the penalty.
There was a personal foul called against the Giants. Lamar McGriggs on the kickoff return, so the Cowboys get somewhat even.
Well, they haven't had many breaks go their way yet. I think that the Cowboys are lucky, or maybe it's because the Giants are so conservative that the Cowboys are only down 6-0.
Aikman to Smith. And Smith didn't get much. Lawrence Taylor stopped him after a yard.
Here's the old Lawrence Taylor. Look, he's up at the top of the screen. When you run away from Lawrence Taylor, he's still one of those guys in the league you have to block. There aren't a lot of them. I mean, most guys you can run away from, run to the other side, and you don't have to block them. But if you're going to run away from number 56, you better block backside. Block someone on him.
Every time someone says Lawrence is not what he used to be, he makes plays like that. 2nd and 9. Aikman to Smith, and Smith bangs into Giant territory, a gain of 8. Myron Guyton made the stop. Emmitt Smith reminds you of Barry Sanders.
And if you look at Emmitt Smith now, he is upset. I think he's upset about that fumble and that call, and I think he wants to put it on his shoulders to change this game and turn it around. Emmitt Smith is one of the good running backs in this league.
Eligible.
3rd and 1. Alan Feingrad now comes in as a tight end. 3rd and short. Usually the runner. This time it's Darrell Johnston, just barely enough for the first down. Collins made the hit.
Yeah, one of the things we were talking to Michael Irvin yesterday, and the Giants play that soft cover 2, that soft umbrella zone defense, and you really have to be patient and throw short, and wide receivers and quarterbacks hate that. And Irvin says the way to get them out of that, and the way they did it in the first game, is by running straight at them, then getting the safeties in there, and they haven't done that yet.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score, the Giants 6.
Time of possession, 10 minutes to 4 minutes for the Cowboys.
Overcheck comes in motion. Aikman gives to Smith. He 2, a gain of 12, stopped by Guyton.
Well, you know, we were talking to Emmitt Smith yesterday. He said this is what he wants to do. He said he wants to start inside. Now watch Leonard Marshall, 70, go inside. Then he said he wants to start inside, see where the penetration is, and then bounce it to the outside. See, and that's exactly what he did. He took it inside, invited everyone inside, and then ran to the outside.
And you notice Lawrence Taylor was on the other side. They had moved Banks over here. Now LT is back on the right side. And there he is as part of the tackle again.
Yeah, I would think that the Cowboys would know that by now. If you're going to run inside or away, you still have to block. You see, here he is, and if you're going to run over here, you still better get someone back here because he can do this on you. And if you leave him line up against air like this all day, he will do this all day.
Guys like Taylor and Swilling and Haley, maybe Richard Dent,
Ricky Jackson.
right?
That's one thing the Saints have. They have two of them. They have one of them on each side that can run you down like that.
Novacek. Aikman back to throw it. Michael Irvin gets a Cowboy first down, stopped by Reason.
Here's a guy who's really come on is Michael Irvin. You know, he doesn't really have great speed, but he has a good feel for the game. I mean, he knows where the holes are. The receiver in this new offense of the Cowboys has to find the holes in the zone defense, and Aikman doesn't throw to a man, he throws to holes in the defense.
First and 10 Cowboys. Irvin to the left this time. Novacek, the motion man. They give it to Emmitt Smith. He breaks one tackle. Stopped by Meyer and Guyton. Emmitt Smith looks like one of those guys you don't want to upset.
I know it, and I think they did upset him. Watch how he can run. He's going to start over here to the right. Now he draws the whole thing in. Now, watch the cut that he can make here, and then the speed just takes him away from everyone. The cut got him out here, and speed does this.
And that stiff arm pretty effective also.
That's the strength of it.
That was Everson Walls he pushed down. Aikman fakes. Underthrown. Intended for his fullback, Darrell Johnston. Aikman was talking about yesterday what a luxury this is when you have Novacek and Irvin and the other receivers, in addition to having a fullback and a deep back in Emmitt Smith, who can also catch the ball.
Well, and he feels real confident with this new offense. That Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, came from the Los Angeles Rams and brought this new offense to him. And not only does Troy Aikman feel comfortable, but the whole offensive team does with it.
3rd and 5. 3rd and 4 make it at the 9. Just inside the 10, Aikman back to throw it. That's going to be very close. That's Novacek, another of those who can find those holes.
And this is where the Giants are so tough with that loose umbrella defense we're talking about. The closer you get to the goal line, the tougher that umbrella defense is. So this is what guys are starting to do. Instead of going to the end zone, they're starting to throw in front of them. That may have been a couple inches too much in front of them.
First down. Oh! Is it or not? Yes, it is.
That's just, you see, the Giants are in that loose umbrella defense. You have to throw to the holes in the zone. So instead of throwing to the holes in the end zone, they're throwing in front of them. See, the guy that made the tackle down there was Lawrence Taylor, which is the part of the Giant defense I don't like. I think Lawrence Taylor ought to come on every play.
First and goal. Novacek again is elite, as he usually is. This is Emmitt Smith. This time taken down by Greg Jackson. A loss of 3. That one he couldn't bounce around, and this is exactly what you were talking about.
Well, what happens, you start to run, and then if you run, you bring the 8th guy up. So that eighth guy on this play was Jackson. You see him, the strong safety? He was right there on the line of scrimmage, and there was no blocker for him. In fact, they brought both safeties up. Guyton was up there in the middle, and Jackson was up right on the line of scrimmage. So they were running against a 9-man front.
Second and goal from the 8. Harper, the man in motion this time, and Aikman back to throw. Incomplete, knocked down by Reason.
And Jay Novacek was back there. I think they were trying to throw to him, and someone knocked him down. I think it was Myron Guyton. Reasons knocked the ball down, and Guyton knocked Novacek down. And I think the Giants know when they get down there that Aikman likes to go to Novacek. Look at that collision right there. That was both safeties knocked down Novacek. Watch him. He knocks down the ball. Watch Novacek.
Third and goal from the 8. Aikman back to throw it again. Alvin Harper. Alvin Harper made the reception but was chased down by Perry Williams. And we'll see Willis.
And that's great defense by the Giants. You worry about throwing deep into the end zone, so you keep throwing in front of it, and eventually you just run out of downs.
Novacek is the holder. Willis 14 out of 19 on the year. This one from 23 yards to try to make it 6-3. So far nothing but field goals. Still nothing but field goals. So with 10:07 left in the first half.
The corner here up tight, corner here up tight. There's a safety here. That forms the umbrella. Now what they do is they'll ride those ends off. You see the two corners ride them off, and then they lock on everything inside. Don't give you anything in the end zone, make you throw underneath, and then pretty soon underneath the show close short. You don't get first down.
Willis kickoff is a short one. Joey Smith lets it go out of bounds at about the 5. And they'll bring it out to the 35.
Kickoff out of bounds. Ball will be put in play on the 35-yard line. First and 10.
You know, this football's a game of cycles, John. That umbrella defense goes back to the Giants in the days of Steve Owen, way back in the 40s. Summary is 3 field goals, 2 by the Giants. That's why it's 6-3. One just now by the Cowboys. One turnover led to the Giant lead. Really, they got a field goal out of that. Hampton has 39 total yards. Hostetler is 4 out of 6. The Giants have the ball. 10:02 left in the second quarter. Giants will operate first and 10 from their own 35. Hawthorne and Hampton, the 2 runners. Hostetler will throw it on first down. He'll hit Del Rio in the back. Intended for Howard Cross.
On first down, Del Rio's up there ready to play run. He doesn't know anything about pass. All he knows is if they're going to pass, I better turn and run and get back there and find someone. And he turned and ran, and he found the tight end, and the ball hit him right in the back. That's the way most middle linebackers play first down pass.
Bill Sims always with a football. Second and 10. Hampton gets the carry. Stopped again by Del Rio. Picked up 2. Pruitt with another assist. Third and 8 now.
Third and 8 on the 37.
Washington clinched the playoff spot today with their victory over Pittsburgh. Hostetler back to throw it. Has some time. Complete. Flag on the play.
Hey, I bet you Jimmy Johnson is going crazy. It seems like every call today has gone against these Cowboys.
Pass interference, 47 defense, automatic first down.
I think he meant 37
No, he
defense.
did.
Yeah, it's James Washington, the safety. I think the Giants are doing the right thing passing, but I think they got to pass outside. I don't.
Hey, the ball was deflected, wasn't it?
I think so. I think that was his thing, that he got his hand in there. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know that you can play better pass defense than that. I think the ball was right there.
They get the ball out to Hampton. He's tripped up by Ken Norton. A fumble.
They're going to say he was down.
I heard somebody say, "What's going on?"
That's what that guy has to be thinking.
The runner was down by contact. This spot, second down.
Yeah, here was the play before, and that shows that there was no deflection there.
I'm still not sure about that.
No, I think that was good coverage. I don't think that should have been a penalty.
Hostetler has the pass complete. Odessa Turner. Brown made the stop.
That's what I think the Giants have to do, Pat, is just keep throwing the ball, open this thing up, loosen up a little. But I think the place to throw it is outside like that. I think it's tough inside, but you got those two corners, and they're playing loose, they're playing off, and I think you can hit those things all day on them. Let's watch the Hampton play. They're saying that he was down the ground. As he hit the ground, the ball popped out, so that wasn't a fumble.
3rd and 2. Handoff is to Megan. He did not get the first down. Casillas made the stop. Along with Pruitt again.
He was in there. He was trying to make, I think, too many cuts in the backfield. Watch this. He's going to slip as he tries to make the one cut. See, he makes the one to the right. Then as he makes the one to the left, it looked like his left ankle just went out from under him.
Eligible. 66 eligible.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 1.
This is the second time they've gone for it.
Let's see if he dives for it again. He got it. Morton up to make the stop.
Rodney Hampton had good feeling on that one because they were, the last time he dove for it and he went right up the middle. This time, watch the defense. They're going to jam up that middle. Look, there's nothing there. So instead of taking in that middle, he takes it one more hole out to the left, and he found a soft spot out there.
The key block by Jumbo Elliott. Hostetler to throw it. Going deep for Baker, who came up with a catch. 38 yards. The Cowboys were coming on a blitz. Hostetler read it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Stephen Baker. He's one of those guys, if you just throw it out there, he can go up and get it. See, he just jumped up in the air, caught that ball, and he just took it at its highest point. He is a fired-up guy. You say, why don't we do that all day? We can do this all day. And I believe they can.
Hampton, not this time. No gain. They need about a half yard. Russell
the white jerseys, they're on this side of the line of scrimmage. They lost that battle in the trenches. Now watch the Cowboys. They get down, they all get penetration. Jack Del Rio went through there, number 55, and they didn't even block him. Watch 55 in the middle. See, he gets the penetration. Carthon was trying to block him, but he was 4 yards deep.
Second and goal from the 1. Carthon in motion. Hampton gets the carry. Behind the line. Danny Noonan for a loss of 2.
Again, that's the first time we saw Del Rio got penetration. This time we're going to see number 73, Danny Noonan. See him right there. He gets the penetration. You cannot allow penetration on the goal line. Now, if you're on defense, you have to penetrate. You have to stay low, and you have to get penetration. The Cowboys did on the last 2 plays.
Third and goal at the 3 now. Meggett in the game.
That's a passing situation.
Carthon. Meggett comes in motion. They got a linebacker out on Meggett. Hostetler away from 2. Flag on the play. A penalty down. He stopped by Del Rio, short of a touchdown.
It was an interesting thing. They had their 2 tight ends in, and they split them out as wide receivers, and then put Meggett out. And this penalty
Holding,
against the
defense, 5 yards, half the distance, automatic first down.
Boy, oh boy, whatever could go wrong against the Cowboys has gone wrong. Dixon Edwards, Carthon is coming there to block him off like a blocker. And right there he hasn't held him. Unless it happened after that, there was no hole. It's a running play. And he went out there to block him. The quarterback was coming out running. The quarterback never threw it. I don't know that that is a penalty. That's what Jimmy Johnson's saying. Watch Carthon come out 44. He's blocking him. Dixon just plays that. Right now, Hostetler's a runner, so he's playing run.
There's the touchdown. By Hampton again.
Jimmy Johnson is furious, and I think he has a right to be furious. I think that any, some things were breaks he hasn't gotten, and something like that last one, I just think it was a bad call.
Here's Hampton's touchdown.
The play is being reviewed.
Now they're reviewing this.
After review, the play stands as ruled, touchdown.
I don't know.
Well, if you could read Jimmy Johnson's lips a minute ago, he said, "What is it now?"
I'll tell you, he has plenty of heat going on in that body. He doesn't need a jacket.
The touchdown by Hampton, and the extra point by Bard. It's 13-3 with 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
Defensive guy, Carthon just runs right into him. Now, Edwards is playing it like it's a run. So he just plays him, then it is a run. Now watch here at the end of the play, right there, the flag comes in. Now, I will never understand that one.
I don't think Jimmy Johnson will either.
Oh, he went crazy. And that timeout, and I believe it.
Bard's kickoff goes out of bounds. Watch Jimmy Johnson.
Hey, the players had to hold him back, but I think he's right.
325 Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Giants just got their touchdown by Hampton. Pat Summerall here with John Madden. Giants up by 10. They went back to throw it. Dumps down to Emmett Smith.
drive you crazy. Everything that could go wrong against the Cowboys is going wrong. This is Emmitt Smith's second turnover. Remember, he had that pass he caught the first time and fumbled it, and here's his second.
Hostetler with a lot of time. He was hit from behind by Jeffco just as he let it go.
And that was
it wasn't Jeffco.
And that was the type of hit, though, that Ray Hanley was worried about, is where he gets hit from behind and his shoulder goes into the ground.
It was by Russell Maryland.
Oh, it was Russell Maryland, of course, not only the #1 draft choice in the Dallas Cowboys, but the #1 draft choice in all of pro football.
Second and 10.
I think this is where the Giants are a little too conservative. Everything has gone their way. They're only ahead 13-3. I think this is where they should have put the thing to bed. You know, I mean, get that turnover there and then throw the ball. You know, I mean, now they got 3rd and long again, but on 1st and 2nd down, throw the ball, work those corners. You know, make those corners stop you before you stop throwing on them.
3rd down at the 47-yard line of Dallas. Hostetler gets it out to Megan. Looks like he'll have a 1st down. A gain of 8.
That's going to be a 1st down. That's what Dave Megan does. You just put him in the backfield, and he can go on this. It's a loop. You see, he's faked like he's going inside. Just loop. You get him the ball out in the middle of the field, he can make someone miss. After that, he can get a 1st down.
2 minutes to play in the 1st half. After he got that 1st down on the last pass completion from Hostetler.
Well, you know, going into last week's game, Megan had a bad heel. Then in the game, he hurt his ribs, and now they're taking him into the locker room now. I don't think the injury was a rib injury. It looked more like a leg injury. It could be the heel again.
Hostetler up into the pocket. Pass is caught by Ingram on his back. A gain of 17. Gant was the Dallas defense.
See, I would do that all day. I would make them stop. They haven't stopped an outside pass yet. Look out here. I mean, they don't even need the play pass or the waggle or anything. The corners are playing off him too much to the inside, and they could throw that out or that slant or that comeback all day on him. And I would make them stop that before I'd ever run another play.
On the field, we rule completed pass. The play is being reviewed.
Yeah, I don't know that Hostetler's shoulder is really hut well, because he really can't, you know, put the mustard on it. Johnson's waiting for this review.
I thought I saw a tear in his eyes.
Yeah, I think I mean, with that picture there, you would have to say that he caught the ball. On the field, they said he caught the pass. When they did it, it looked like he caught it from up here.
From that angle.
And then he's not going to have anything else that he can look at. We can look at it right here on that angle.
Completed pass, 1st down.
Looks like he caught it right down there.
After the review, they have ruled that he did catch it. 1st and 10. A minute 29 left in the 1st half. Hostetler to throw. Hit by Gant. Hostetler is down.
The good news way, Bardos picked him up, though. He picked him up with his right shoulder. That was the thing you'd worry about. If he had hurt his right shoulder, he wouldn't have gone up like that. I think Hostetler is okay.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. After the play, number 29 defense. Half the distance, first down.
We're going to see the rush here. Now, Hostetler gets hit there after the play. That was awfully close. That was 92. That was Tony Tolbert. And then here's the penalty. Here's the other penalty, the late hit after Hampton misses the ball. That hit right there, which I don't know that they have to call something like that. I think these officials are too involved today.
This is Hampton. He is hit in the back, and he really took a shot in the back. Got a yard, nevertheless.
Yeah, I was looking at that one that he did throw to Hampton. Over in the left side, the corner was so far off he could have played catch. I think Bill Sims is looking down here, just think I would love to play in this game today.
Timeout, Dallas. And they have 2 left. The Giants have all 3 of theirs.
They can't happen again in the second.
This is a Giant timeout, and so they have 2 left. Hostetler to throw it. Hostetler tripped up at about the 5, maybe bounced to about the 4 by Russell, Maryland.
Yeah, Russell Maryland is playing like a #1 draft choice here. This is a big play here, especially if the Giants have to kick a field goal. Watch Maryland come in there and make that tackle right there at the angle, right at the ankles.
This is another Dallas timeout. Barr is on the field, so apparently the Giants will settle for 3 more.
That was a big tackle by Russell Maryland.
First player selected, didn't want to play football when he was in high school.
He said his father made him play football in high school. In high school, in his senior year, he weighed 325 pounds. He had a 3.3 grade point average, wanted to go to college and not play football.
And didn't want a scholarship, wanted to pay his own way.
Yeah, he was going to pay his own way and maybe go to Notre Dame, and then Jimmy Johnson gave him a scholarship at Miami, and he said, Miami, that sounds too good to turn down.
They didn't go on the scouting trip to look at him. They wanted to look at one of his teammates. Barr is good at 16-3. 39 seconds left to play in the first half. The Giants on top 16-3. There's Russell, Maryland. Some of the other scores, New Orleans has gone back ahead of San Diego. That was tied at 14. San Francisco on a touchdown by Henderson, 7-0 over Phoenix. Detroit now ahead of the Rams at the half. The Raiders running away from Seattle. Washington clinched at least a wild card spot. They're 11-0 now, 41-14. They win. First win ever for Philadelphia against Cincinnati. Eagles still alive in the playoff picture. Denver beat Kansas City. Chicago improved their record to 9-2. They beat Indianapolis. Minnesota over Green Bay. They're still alive. Minnesota in the playoff picture. So is Atlanta. All kinds of possibility. Jets beat New England, keep their playoff hopes alive. Barr's kickoff again is short. Right. At the 30. So Dallas takes over with 34 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining. 1 timeout remaining. Beg your pardon.
I think one thing the Cowboys would like to do now, Pat, is just pass off this first half as a nightmare. Just be happy that they're only down by 13. Go in or regroup, get their offense going, and come back and play the second half like it's 0-0.
The key part about a nightmare is you have to forget about it. not to pull the trigger.
I don't think they necessarily have to do this. I mean, I think that now the Giants are just going to take off in a pass rush. They get Taylor blocked here on the outside. They put Marshall on the other side because he's working against the rookie, Eric Williams. He's working over on that left side, see, against that right tackle, number 79, Eric Williams.
Aikman to throw. Short. That on a bounce, Stewart.
I think they gave it to him, though, Pat. The one official gave it to him, and then the other guy came in and said no.
Irvin can be heard.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is really a sloppy first half, officiating-wise.
He might have caught it. I thought I saw it bounce, but maybe I didn't.
No, I think he did catch it, and they did rule on the field initially that he did catch it. And then another official came in and said that he didn't catch it. I think that's a catch to me.
After review.
Yeah, he
the ball
caught
had
it.
hit the ground and is an incomplete pass back to the previous spot.
Look at Irvin saying it didn't hit the ground. How can you say it hit the ground? He said, I was there.
I'll tell you what. We watched the end of the Florida State-Miami game. Of course, he went to Miami with him yesterday. You talk about a cheerleader. He was pulling for his Hurricane. Aikman back on third down. Incomplete. Intended for Irvin. Greg Jackson was the nearest of the Giants. Saxon will come on to punt for Dallas.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys needed that drive. I mean, I think they could have just run the clock out. They're on the road. They're not going to get booed and go ahead and settle down. Now they have to punt again and do all those things. I think they dug a little hole for themselves here. But the thing that they need is a little rest, a drink of water, and some confidence.
Saxon back to punt it. Ingram deep for the Giants. Here comes the rush. Saxon gets rid of it. Short kick. Giants still have 2 timeouts left. Ingram down at about the 32. Flag down also. Dan with the first man down.
And Jimmy Johnson should have let him go to the house. Because now there's going to probably be a 15-yard penalty. And then the Giants can take one of those shots.
They have 2 timeouts. But 3 seconds remain only on the game clock.
Personal foul, late hit after the whistle. Number 40 on the kicking team. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. First down.
I'll tell you one thing. It really had every call against him and every tight and close call against him that you could make.
That one against Bates. 3 seconds left to play in the first half. 16-3 Giants. They can take a shot.
And then you remember all those shots that they took last week. More successful than I can remember in a long time.
Hostetler buying some time. Here comes Bates. He missed him. Hostetler hit from behind by Casillas. Just as he let it go. That's the end of the first half. An unusual first half.
By him. I think Troy Aikman has to get going. In the first half, he was only 5 out of 11 for 33 yards. They just got to get him the ball, and he has to go to work.
Smith and Hampton back at the Giants 5. Willis a short kickoff. It'll be Smith. Just activated and just brought back. He gets to about the 18 where they'll take over and stop by Bates. 4-yard return.
Yeah, we'll look in the first half and see where Hostetler passed. To the left, deep, over 15 yards, none. To the middle, deep, over 15 yards, he was 0 for 1. And to the right, deep, he was 2 for 2 for 50 yards. So if he's going to throw deep, he's going to do it to the right. To the left, 6 for 6, under 15 yards. To the middle, 1 for 1 for 14 yards. And to the right, he was 1 for 5 for 12 yards. So I would throw short to the left and deep to the right.
One of those deep to the right came on that long completion, 48 yards to Baker. Hampton, the ball carrier, hit by Washington first. No gain. Flag on the play.
These officials have played a big part of this football game.
This one against the Giants.
You know, one of the things that we talked about, Hostetler throwing deep to the right. Ray Hanley was saying yesterday that he hurt his right shoulder in the last game, and he had problems throwing deep to his left. So maybe that's why he's been so successful to the right. But I think the success is throwing to the outside.
Tripping on Riesenberg. It'll still be first down, but back at the 9-yard line of the Giants.
You know, anytime an offensive lineman is called for tripping, it's usually, if you get beat on pass protection, the last resort is to kick and leg whip, and that's usually what they get caught after their feet.
Hostetler straight back. Incomplete. Baker almost had it. Was covered by Larry Brown. Incomplete.
I think the thing is that they still, and they probably talked about that at halftime, that you got those two corners out there. You got Larry Brown on one side. You got Kenneth Gant on the other side. They have really not stopped a play yet. So I would keep working on those two outside corners until they stop the play.
2nd and 19. Baker is wide right. Ingram will join him over there. Hostetler straight back. He's had time. Pass incomplete to Ingram. Robert Williams was the nearest defender. Talking to Ray Hanley yesterday, he was saying, really, if you look at what the strong point of our team is, he said the offensive line as a unit has really been the steadiest part, and they've given Hostetler again time today.
Yeah, and I think that probably the weakest part of their game has been this position they're in right now, 3rd down. Now, when you get this 3rd and 20, I mean, that's tough on anyone. I'm not really talking about that, but they have not been good in 3rd down situations this year.
3rd and 20 is your favorite time to get a drink of water, right?
Yeah, drank a lot.
That's to make it. Close to it. 18-yard pickup. He needed 19. Brown tripped him up, but it gets him out of a hole.
I'll tell you, that was a heck of a run by Meggett. It was either real great running or it was some poor tackling. Watch it, Meggett. He's looking, first of all, he was trying to find the hole that he was going into. That's a scat. He just ran right through the middle, found a little hole, then he starts his move. Now look at how many guys he makes miss. And almost got a first down. Now here, you got to watch out for a punt block. These guys have blocked 3 punts in the last 2 games.
Elvin Martin. But an offside would give the Giants a first down. No offside. Lantetta's kick is a dandy. Fair catch signal. Odessa Turner was right in his face. 57-yard punt by Landeta. What a weapon he is.
And these are knowledgeable fans. They know that. Because anytime a team like the Cowboys block punch, you always worry about that. Landeta was talking about it yesterday. He said he has to get rid of the ball quickly. He said the guys up front have to block. He said we're very aware of what they do. And then when you shoot a cannon like that against a block, you have to be a happy guy.
So the Cowboys will take over it just outside their own 15. Make it first 10 at the 16. Aikman still the quarterback. Harper, the man in motion. They get Brandon Smith to about, maybe the 18, 19, 4-yard pickup, stopped by Banks.
Yeah, this is the thing. We'll look and see what Troy Aikman did. 4 out of 8 under 10 yards. 1 out of 3 between 10 and 20 yards. So that's been most of his patterns because the rest are all zeros. That's all he's thrown is a few short passes. He's going to have to open this thing out and air it out here somewhere.
2nd and 6. Emmett Smith got 4. Johnston back with Smith. That's Harper on the move. Smith again. Out of bounds at about the 30. Picked up 10. Guyton took him out of bounds.
See, what they did is they caught him on a pass rush stunt. Watch this, and you'll see the stunt. You see the lineman going one way. See 70 Marshall coming to the inside. That was a twist in the front. So what happened is Marshall comes inside. Washington goes outside. You see it right there? And then Emmett Smith just went boom, and he just split the stunt.
One thing they did at the half was cut off those long sleeves he had